In the heart of Kenya's highlands, a silent war raged, not with guns alone, but with courage, secrets, and blood oaths. They were branded as terrorists, but to their people, they were heroes, freedom fighters. This is the untold story of the Mau Mau Uprising, the brutal battle that shook the British Empire and lit the fire of African independence. In the early 1950s, Kenya was under British colonial rule. For decades, white settlers had seized the best lands, the fertile White Highlands, forcing native Kikuyu farmers into poverty. But beneath the surface, resentment was boiling. Men and women whispered in the dark. They took oaths, sacred, binding oaths, to reclaim their land and their dignity. This growing movement became known as the Mau Mau. The Mau Mau wasn't a formal army. It was a grassroots rebellion. Farmers, blacksmiths, even children, all played roles. They trained in forests, using homemade weapons, guerrilla tactics, and spiritual rituals to build unity and fearlessness. To join, one had to swear loyalty, and sometimes even drink animal blood as a symbol of commitment. The British declared a state of emergency in 1952. Troops poured in. Villages were burned. Thousands were detained without trial. Over 1 million Kikuyu were put into detention camps, what some survivors described as British gulags torture. Forced labor and executions became common. But the Mau Mau refused to break. In 1956, the British captured Dedan Kimathi, the most iconic leader of the Mau Mau. They hanged him, hoping the movement would die. But his death only planted deeper seeds of rebellion across Africa. By the late 1950s, the pressure was too much. Britain began transferring power. In 1963, Kenya finally gained independence. But for decades, Mau Mau fighters were denied recognition, branded as criminals, even by their own government. Only in recent years did Kenya and Britain begin to acknowledge the atrocities and the heroism. We didn't fight for medals. We fought so our children would live free. The Mau Mau Uprising wasn't just about land. It was about identity, pride, and resistance against oppression. It's a story of sacrifice and survival. A story Africa, and the world, must never forget. If you found this story powerful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video so others can learn the truth about Africa's forgotten warriors. Until next time, keep our history alive.